Well, hello everyone. Hope you're all doing good. Hope everyone's having a great day. I actually just got done with like a huge losing streak in one, so yay. It was awful. Anyway, today we are going to be working on the other air roll. If you don't have another air roll bound, I personally recommend it. If you don't, then, well, then you don't. I think it's good to be able to air roll to the left and air roll to the right because there's different situations where it'll make more sense. Like, for example, jumping off of this wall makes more sense to air roll off like this, because if you air roll off like this, you have to do a full another rotation to get to the same spot. Vice versa goes for this wall. It makes more sense to jump off like this. So that's what we'll be doing today. And also because of a comment, I wanted to talk about doing micro adjustments. So we'll be talking about the micro adjustments of using air roll while doing the other one, because you're going to have to do a lot more micro adjustments getting used to the other air roll anyway. So we're going to get warmed up for now. I hope everyone has been enjoying the series. It's almost over. We're going to be getting into some of the last few episodes, and yeah, I can't believe the series is almost done. I've had a blast doing it, recording it, editing it, and then also just doing this challenge myself. If you want to see another one of these series, let me know down in the comments. I would love to do another one, and I had a blast doing it. So we'll just get warmed up for now. Since I've been playing all day, I probably won't warm up as long as normal, but you know, that's just how it be. I'm trying to use the other air roll here as much as I can right now in this training. Just kind of get used to using the other air roll. Maybe you should do the same. Something I like to do is just practice hovering around the ball with the other air roll. It's very difficult, even for me, as normally I don't use this air roll, but while doing air roll, you don't have to be holding a direction the whole time. Like, if you look at my stick here, you don't have to hold left the entire time, or up and left, or anything like that. What I do is I look at where my nose is, and I look at what needs to be corrected. And if I'm falling this way, for example, I'll tilt back last second while I notice when my nose needs to go back. And it's just kind of paying attention to how your car is. A good way to do this is just to practice keeping your nose up and just kind of hover around the map, trying to stay as straight as you can. Every now and again, kind of put yourself off course and try and recorrect. And you can see my left stick there is just kind of recorrecting the angle of my nose. And you can stop using air roll for a sec too if you need to and get your nose back straight. But you just kind of get used to, it's hard to explain, you get used to sneaking in a really quick adjustment and you let go of air roll for a sec as you do it. Sometimes that's what I do. Sometimes not, but you also just kind of get used to what it looks like when you hit forward, because your nose will spin like this, and if you hit the other way, it'll spin like this, and then just straight to the side, it's wider, so you just kind of get used to these weird movements, and this is something that you're just going to have to grind out, and you're going to have to put lots of time into just holding this, flying around the map, because the more you do it, the better you're going to get, obviously. So just keep on at it. That's all you can really do. And don't be bummed if you don't get it for a while. I still don't have really good air roll here for this air roll left. I don't know which one it is. They get confusing. Anyway, this is the one I'm used to using. And it's good to know both. Anyway, I'm feeling pretty warm. If you're not feeling warm, feel free to get warm. But today we're going to be doing air roll with the other air roll that we're not comfortable with. Do this in free play, do it in a training pack. If you don't want to get your own setups, even though I recommend doing your own setups, yeah. So for me, this is my bad air roll. And we're just going to be kind of working with it, trying to set up these shots. It's going to be hard to break the habit of always using the other one. Might be easier to use a training pack, that way you can focus on what it feels like once you get into the air, but I feel like getting past the weird, like, mind stalls and the blackout moments is just to get your own setups. As you can see, I'm struggling with it. I can't even get the ball off the wall, really. I can get this set up because it's on this wall, but anything past that's pretty rough. Just because I'm used to this setup now. But again, don't be bummed if you can't get it. It's hard to switch between the two. Pay attention to when you do well and what you need to work with. Like right there, my brain just kind of shut off, so I know that it's trying to learn something. Pretty good. Yeah, it just feels so weird, but this is something that I've been just kind of like casually practicing more and more of. I figured this is something that I wanted to add into this like training series just because it's something that comes up every now and again. There's certain times when you're going to need to use the other air roll, and if you're not very comfortable with it, it's going to make it that much harder for you. I don't think you really need to master air roll too much before you start air dribbles, because you can get a setup so easy just like this, you know? And that was just one rotation of an air roll. I'm not even holding it for more than that. There's just one full rotation. It looks harder than it is. Once your brain kind of gets used to how the setups feel and getting that good pop. Because if you get a good setup, even using the bad air roll, you can still recorrect back into the position. I don't expect by the end of this, see, that was just habit doing it the other way. I don't expect by the end of this anyone to be perfect at this. It's just something to keep note of and to kind of keep practicing, to keep pushing yourself a little bit further. Sometimes when you're working on improving, it's hard to decide what the next step needs to be, and if you want something to work on while you're deciding what that next step is, this is going to be a good one. But I always go for whatever is the most difficult for you and is just kind of hard and takes the most active brain thought, then that's always a good one in my opinion. Get back to this wall. The only reason I'm comfortable with starting the setup is because I've forced myself to just accept doing this air roll off of it, and then I always transition into the other air roll. But now I'd like to really kind of just enforce it here. And this is something that I've been air rolling with the other direction for so long that it's really just basically muscle memory at this point. And that's kind of just how you're going to have to get with this one. Learning how to readjust those angles, how to get out of an awkward position and back into a good one. All done with the opposite air roll. And it feels satisfying once your brain kind of starts remembering or relearning, I guess you could say, how to air roll with the other one. This is something that, if you just learned air roll, it might be a little bit harder for you, but if you've been doing air roll for a little while, then this might be relatively easy for you. It's getting pretty late over here. I need to eat soon. I've been putting off eating. I got I got all angry at my 1v1s earlier today, and I was like, just wanted to vibe out and do some training. I want to grind more ones, but I don't think I'm in the mindset for it. And so the next best thing to do is just vibe out and grind out some mechs for a little while. 'Cause, I mean, that's going to get you better little bits at a time. That was a really good series of air rolls from me. The heck, how'd it go up like that? That's crazy. Look at that setup. That was good. And don't forget to do both walls, or whichever wall's harder in this scenario. This one's a little bit harder for me, so yeah, it feels so weird jumping off this wall with the other air roll. And this is what beginner's aerials should look like too. It feels like, you know, like jumping off the wall and just getting to the ball and touching it. That's like the big part, is just getting used to that pop. It's weird, like, relearning something kind of like this. Hope you all have been learning a lot in this series. Kind of bummed that it's going to be over in a few days here. I don't know what series I want to do now. I don't know. Yeah, maybe I'll take a break from big long series for a minute. Or maybe I'll just record 1 or 2 big ones in the background and just see what happens. But I think I like this training challenge, train along type series. And if you guys have a specific mechanic, please do let me know, and I'll see if it's something that I can break down into 30 days and maybe make a little more structured than this one, because this one's kind of structured, but not the best structure in the whole world. Oh yeah, look at that. That was a good one. Nice. That's a good one too. They're just forcing myself to kind of keep that air roll going as much as I can. Another good way to kind of get used to this would be you could go into like a rings map if you're on PC. Just getting used to the other air roll like that. You don't have to be doing air dribbles like I am. I'm just kind of trying to force myself to learn it that way. But if you are on console, this is what I do when I was learning it and I didn't have the map. Oh, sorry for the big yawn there, jeez. Let's see if we can find it here. There's this map in here. This one, the Pillars map. And you can just practice flying around the whole map like this. And it kind of makes you do the air roll. So or it just gives you a good, like, simple way to practice the air roll anyway. I like to do figure eights. Sometimes it's easier to toggle wall cam on and off. But just looking at my controller, you can see how much I'm actually reorienting the stick. Like, I'm not really going that much, you know. A little kiss. This is another option for anyone out there that wants to do it. Or anyone that doesn't have the rings map. But the rings map could be really good as well. You want to try and keep ball cam on? You definitely can. I think it's a little bit harder. Recommend only the crazy people do it, probably. It's definitely difficult. It's a different way of using the brain. Anyway, I'm gonna get back to the normal map. I guess we could just go to Deadeye Canyon. We haven't really done too much on this map for a while. Not since the season it came out, I think. Getting pretty late for me. I need to eat dinner, so I'll probably be ending soon, just so you guys know. But you should have a good fundamental building base and information now to keep working on this other air roll. It's just part of the process, so keep the grind up. Thanks everyone for the continued support. Let me know in the comments how your training's been, and I'll see you next time. Peace.